Zanir, Gomteus, Kotix, Owara. Long ago, the four ancients created a world in harmony. Then, everything changed when the chat amped magic. Only Kelnor, master of good vibes, could stop them, but when the world needed him most, he vanished. 2 years have passed, and 4 adventurers have discovered a conspiracy, a company selling magic. And although their roleplay is great, they have a lot of XP to earn before they're ready to save anyone. But I believe they can save the world.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. No more here. I'm moving dirt and go living in dirt, born in dirt. I'll mold by dirt. You know,
All right,
What class are you
PM.
playing? I'm gonna play an auctioneer.
It's 8 p.m. Jake's sitting down. As soon as he sits down, we're going to kick it off with introductions, but not tell him what we're doing next. So we're just going to start. Go ahead, Matt.
Meat hook. We're starting. Hello. Wait. Hello. My name is Matt, and I play Fox, a rogue changeling. He is now held captive, but how much and for much longer?
Hey, I'm Mush. What's going on, you party parrots? I play Jebediah Peppermint, the little gun-toting wizard dude who's spits fire and fires spit and something. And I'm excited to not die, but I'm a little light on spell slots tonight, so we're going to see how that goes.
Hello, I am Owlin. I am played by Jacob, and I would like to contend that you can't be like different levels of kidnapped. You can be kidnapped for different lengths of time, but when you ask the question, how much am I kidnapped? Generally that's consistently like you're kidnapped. There's kind of a binary. Anyway, on to Trevor.
Hi, I'm Trevor, as Jake so formally said. I play Zothkug, and on this matter of kidnapping, you could be in the process of being kidnapped, but not actually kidnapped yet. There's my 2 cents. All right, on to you, Josh.
I
I keep those?
really thought you were going to stop at I'm Trevor as Jake. I thought that's what you were going to do for the night. I'm Josh, your Wing Badger Game Master, and it's a special episode tonight because we're concluding the first season of Wing Badger Tavern. This is the culmination of a chapter. This is putting together the pieces. This is a finale. This is a big deal, and we've got some of our best friends in the chat. We've got Belly Savalas with us. We got Meat Hook Massacre. We got a bunch of great people who have been hanging out with us this whole adventure through. You will notice that your chat rewards are slightly different tonight. Most of the spells are gone, and in their place are boons and banes. In each of the scenes tonight, I have a random table that I have created of boons and banes. So you can cause something to the detriment of the party or something to the assistance of the party to occur, and I made them super cheap. I made them like 120 points. So you can go as crazy as you want with these things. I left a couple of spells in there, but for the most part, those are the ways we're going to be influencing the adventure tonight. The other thing is, instead of starting with like a recap, you can get an exactly what happened last session by using ! recap. But I thought instead of just starting with like a monologue or something like that, I thought I'd dive a little bit into the lore of Urada to celebrate the closing of this chapter. And so I want to read for you. Chat's granting a boon already. I guess we will start with that boon when the scene begins. But before that, I want to read for you a vision of Ankata, prophet of Kotix, transcribed in the Book of Diverging Paths as road number 137. And yes, I have all the other 136 ones leading up to this also written. 5 motley figures stand upon an isle of trinkets worth trillions, treasures not seen for an era or more. 4 ancient evils surrounding the horde gaze down condescending, defying 2 ages of eons of lore. 3 centuries lasted their last fight with the gods, who in victory banished the creatures afar. 2 to the chaos, 2 to the seas. Powerless, wandering, ne'er to forget. Now from the pages of heresy rise to the world before them, the Aboleths. And all the world trembles, for every moment they draw breath leaves mortal minds scarred. And so concludes the vision of Ankata, prophet of Kotix, transcribed in the Book of Diverging Paths as road number 137. Let's have a look at the map here, shall we? Because we've got one of those for tonight. We got a little visual aid. We got a little map going on here. Take a look at it. Let's take a look at what we're dealing with.
Whoa.
I'm taking a look.
Boom.
Whoa.
I'm
looking.
The first segment of your map should now be illuminated.
Yep.
Shale, arm still in a sling and barely awoken from his unconsciousness, has gone very still, looking out at the waters surrounding your large stone island. To the north, a large shape is emerging from the water, easily 20 feet in length. The Aboleth resembles a fish most closely, if fish were created by the author of A Nightmare. 3 eyes stacked vertically above whale-like rings of razor-sharp teeth. About 2 feet behind what can only inadequately be called its face, the body splits into thick, muscular tentacles that narrow to razor-sharp points at the ends. Well, except Fox, who only hears the gentle sound of water sloughing off of the aberration's body and sees mostly darkness in every direction because he doesn't have dark sight. Under his breath, Shale whispers to you, "This is not good." Everybody roll initiative.
Oh, dang.
Oh,
golly
dang.
gee.
Of the year.
Oh, golly gee.
Oh no.
Oh,
dear.
no. Oh, no, the initiative. All right.
I'll take
15s to
initiative.
20.
I got, never mind. Sorry.
Okay, 10 to 15s.
I'm still looking for my
I
initiative.
got 14.
Okay,
I got 13.
you got a 13. Okay, 5 to 10.
7.
8.
Okay. And Aboleth got a 10, so he will
Let's go.
in the middle here of the adventure. Can we cast Banes on the bad guy? No, you can only influence the scene. So your influence is from the party's perspective tonight. But great question.
So if they cast a Bane, it will hurt what we're doing?
Yes, a Bane is a negative effect on you, and a Boon is a positive effect on you. Speaking of which, as you are kind of standing on the piles of treasure that make up the hoard of this island, the main bulk of what is there, Fox, you pull yourself to your feet. Your head is still shaky and kind of foggy. You can't really see what's going on, and as you stand up, you feel something kind of wrap around your foot. And at first, thinking of, beasts and fearful things, you drop to your knees and grab it to see what this might have been. And instead, you find a frayed rope. The rope is maybe 20 feet long, weighs about 2 pounds. And as you hold the one end of the rope up, the other end begins darting around almost of its own volition. And woven into the end of the rope that you're holding, there's like a leather kind of handle for it, and there's a command word on there. And you get the idea that when you speak the command word, this rope will leap forward from you to entangle a target. Like that target's going to have to basically try and get out of the way, or this rope will tie them up all on its own. You can look up rope of entanglement yourself if you want the actual mechanics of how it works. But you have just found the rope of entanglement hidden among the pile of treasure. Thank you, chat, for starting us off with a boon.
Bouquet. Bouquet.
And that brings us to
Okay.
60 seconds for you all to talk tactics.
We want to get out of here, right? We're not about to kill this thing right now, right?
Probably. You're probably right.
I feel like that's our last option.
That's true. The plan was not to go and kill the Aboleth. The plan was to free you and do other things to thwart what's going on.
What if we could reason with it, man? Maybe convince it that its plan isn't the best plan and, work with it.
I don't think any of us are on the same level of intellect as that thing.
30 seconds.
From what we've heard, they seem to be extremely intelligent and not able to be dealt with in that way.
I can hold it off if you want to flee, says Shale, but I'm not leaving. We haven't found west or south yet.
You think they're still down here?
I don't know.
I can
where
cast
they are.
light on a crossbow bolt, and if we can hit it, we can track it from where we are. So whether we hide or whether we attack, we'll know where it's at.
I like his idea.
What if this pile of treasure has an
10
Aboleth
seconds.
healing weapon?
I don't.
That's worth looking at. I mean, it's got something fancy that Fox just pulled out.
5.
So,
Okay,
Shale.
I gather intel this turn.
All right.
This time.
We're at the top of initiative. Jeb, 10 seconds. What are you doing?
I'm gonna move over to Zoth, and I'm going to cast light on one of his crossbow bolts.
Okay. That's your whole turn?
That's his action. I got a little bit of movement. When we're looking at this this map here, what are these pink things?
Those pink things represent the big thrones.
Okay. Then I'm going to, like, what's this angle down here? This triangle
Part
thing?
of the table.
Okay. Then I'm going to use the rest of my movement to, like, duck underneath the table. Can I, like, try to get back behind one of the legs?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to go up and cast light on a crossbow bolt on Zoth, and then duck up under the table.
Sounds great. Fox, you have 10 seconds. What do you
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and can I move myself? I can. Okay.
You can.
I'm just gonna move over towards the pillar. I think I can move that far. These are each 5 feet, right?
Yep.
Yes.
5 foot squares.
Okay. And I will ready an action.
What action are you readying?
The command word.
Okay. Yeah, you can decide what that command word is, by the way. Also, you
got
have
you.
advantage on your crossbow attack, Zothkug, from chat. Chat's
Dude, chat
benevolent
coming in
tonight.
clutch. Yeah, coming in clutch. Let's get them.
It's going to be a meat hook massacre for these Aboleths. All right, that concludes your turn, Fox, and now the Aboleth's turn begins. I'm giving Shale and Aboleth the same turn because I forgot to roll for them. So, Shale, I'll have him move first. Shale is going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 feet to be back with Fox, and he's just basically readying a protective hand crossbow for if anything comes close and attacks Fox. Because he knows that Fox was recently enslaved and isn't sure what his behavior will be yet. The Aboleth, on the other hand, doesn't seem to say anything or do anything. It's just kind of floating out there, just this distant shape in the water, this thing with, there's little trails of droplets coming off of it, dripping back into the lake. And then you hear its slow, deep voice. Come forth, my minions. And from the water, at the edge of the island, 3 creatures begin emerging. Humanoid figures, but with sea-worn skin, wrinkled and pruny and sloughing off of them, perhaps undead. They begin climbing very, very slowly out of the water and onto the island. These 3 Sahwagen.
Excuse me.
For those of you who know your D&D. And that brings us to Zothkug's turn. You have 10 seconds. What you doing?
So Josh,
Yep.
I'm gonna can I give Zoth disadvantage on the attack for one, not using having not used the crossbow in a very long time, and he's like shaking just holding it.
Yeah, you can ask for disadvantage on something. That's fine.
Cool.
Cat gave you advantage on it though.
Yeah, so they'll cancel and you'll have normal.
Okay.
It'll be
so
normal.
Zothkug is like shaking.
What are you doing?
He's shaking with the crossbow, and he kind of starts to aim it at the Aboleth, then like closes his eyes, turns away, and shoots.
Okay. Roll to hit.
The roll matches. I got an 8.
Got an 8. Okay, the crossbow bolt with its light flies wildly off course and to the left of the shape, briefly illuminating the sort of pale green, goopy skin of the Aboleth, but eventually submerging and taking the light with it down into the lake as it descends. Are you moving at all?
Yes, I will move. He's got 30 feet, and he will move to where Jeb is.
Okay. So kind of taking cover under the great table that stands at the midst of the island, the giant card table of ancients before. And that brings us to Owlin. You have 10 seconds to tell us what you're doing.
Saving us?
Alan is gonna attempt to search through the treasure and see if he can find anything advantageous, as he
Excellent.
discussed with the party. Yeah.
Roll an investigation check.
Okay. 13.
13. You find Chat cast vicious mockery on Zothkug. Teacher, you forgot to pick up the homework. Zoth takes 1d4 plus 3 damage. Psychic damage.
Am I rolling that?
Yeah, you can roll it.
Okay.
Dang, savage.
1d4 plus what?
1d4 plus 3, I believe.
Okay.
Nope, just
I'm
1d4. Just 1d4.
Oh,
Sorry, I was
okay,
wrong.
I'm taking 1 psychic damage.
1 psychic damage. 1 metric psychic has been damaged. Some psychics were harmed in the making of this encounter.
Yes.
Owlin, I'm sorry. You find a ripped necklace. It's got a silver chain that has been sort of charred black, and it feels warm to the touch. And as you lift it, there are still 3 pendants hanging from it. They are small, glowing red pendants. This is a necklace of fireballs, and it has 3 charges left.
Ooh, that's a good one.
You can look that up if you want to find out what it does.
Thank you.
That will still have been your action for this turn, so you can't use it in an attack until next turn anyway. Do you want to
Okay.
move anywhere else?
Let me open Albert Rodeo. I can only have so many things on my monitor. No, Alan will stay here. Actually,
I mean, you could just crouch down among the hills of treasure too and try and get some partial concealment.
yeah, I guess we know that they see us though. Like obviously.
That's true.
You don't know if they're ranged though.
That's true, but Alan isn't at his best at ranged necessarily.
Better reason to try to
You're not
get
you when you're
covered.
ranged.
Alan will just stay where he's at, honestly, for this turn. Yeah, he can get some partial concealment. Sure, let's do that.
Okay.
And then he'll also I don't know how to best do this. He's gonna try to call out to just his friends. Hopefully then again, the Aboleth season here is all in this cavern probably, but he's just gonna say, search the treasure. You will find things that will help us. We may be able to do this.
Shale whispers back, search quickly. These creatures, they will go into a blood frenzy if they get to us. They are animated water corpses, and they work in packs like piranhas, but on land. Pat, thank you for the boon, as Shale explains the enemies that are about to fight them. And that brings us to the top of the round. You have 60 seconds to talk tactics. If you need them, you can also
I'm
skip.
going to investigate.
Yeah, I think Alan might. I'm gonna search how fireball works again, or necklace,
the necklace of fireballs. All of the items I'm giving you are stock D&D items. So if you have like 5e tools or the D20 SRD or anything like that up, you can
I'm
find
gonna be
it.
honest. I just got up. I'm not even sure if this is real.
Okay.
30 seconds.
Search the piles. I'll be entangling peeps.
Alan is gonna either attack a nearby water corpse or throw a fireball at the Aboleth. So.
Ooh, getting that boss damage in her.
10 seconds.
Do fireballs work in water?
They
About to
do.
find out.
5.
All right.
ready
Jebediah
when you guys
Peppermint,
are.
you have 10 seconds. Tell me what you're doing.
I am going to cast Frostbite on this guy right here, on the northernmost nasty dude.
Zombie
He needs to
1.
make a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution saving throw. You know what zombies are great at?
Yep,
On.
Oh,
this is
my
intentional.
goodness gracious. He rolled a natural 20. He passed his
Oof.
save.
Well then, poop.
Is that a half damage, a no damage?
No, that's a cantrip. So Jeb is knocking in his boots. Guys, I don't know if we can even hurt him. It didn't do anything.
It as you hit him with the frostray, it crystallizes the water, but because he's a zombie, it just takes a chunk of skin off of him and doesn't seem to bother him at all. He just continues kind of shambling towards you. That brings us to Fox. You have 10 seconds to tell us about your move.
Hell no, is what I say out loud. I will then use entanglement on this boy.
Okay, what's the command word as you sling the rope into action?
Get got!
All right, and it makes a dexterity 15 check,
The other
and
GG.
it fails it. That Sahwagan is now entangled right at the... I'm going to roll a percentile die, and Trevor, you're going to roll a percentile die, and if my number is lower than his, it's going to fall back off the island into the water.
Yeah, buddy.
I got mine.
What did you get? I got
Yeah,
a 7.
40. I got a 44.
Okay, well, I rolled under you, so it falls back into the water.
Yeah.
Ploosh. Falls into the water.
Yeah.
Not particularly
How do you do a
damaged, but
rodeo?
certainly not in the fight. It is restrained and in the water. As, let's see whose turn is next here. Oh, it's the Aboleth next. And Shale. Shale's going to fire his hand crossbow at the Sahwagan that is closest to Fox, and he hits it squarely in the face. It takes... Sorry if you can hear that dragging sound. That's my dog dragging his leash through the room.
That's funny.
Okay, it takes 4 points of damage as it takes this, like, chunk of its face falls off. And it spins off to the side, and it's, like, too stunned to actually take a real move action this turn. The remaining Sahwagan moves 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces towards Owlin and is going to attack him. And it's going to try and bite you with its gnashing teeth.
Oh no.
That wasn't a D20, I rolled a D12.
Can I ask a clarifying question?
Yes.
Did it have dental insurance before this?
We don't know. You'll have to roll investigation to find out. It rolled a
Okay.
12 to hit you, Alan. What's your AC?
My AC is 12. Does that mean it
Packer
hits? I
wins
don't
in
remember.
a tie. You take 4 points of damage as it bites into your shoulder, and its like slimy hands slap against you, and it
I
takes a big
don't need to hear about
spoopy bite.
slimy slapping.
You also hear the same like deep booming voice.
Oh
But
dang.
you don't see any other creatures at the moment. That
Oh,
brings
dang.
us to Zothkug. Your turn.
I'm going to investigate the treasure.
Absolutely. Roll an investigation for me.
Ba-doop. Non-natural 20.
Non-natural 20. You find a clear potion with a bubble of ink that constantly enlarges to permeate the whole solution, and then it shrinks back into a bead, and then it enlarges again to fill the whole potion. Wash knows what this is. And then it shrinks back into a bead of ink. This is a potion of growth, and it is the same as casting the enlarge spell on yourself. You can look up what that does if you want to understand the mechanics better.
Alrighty.
What a dang.
Are you going to move at
And-
all, or are you just staying where you are for now?
Could I forgo a move action to do another investigation?
All right, Lupin just ran over and was loud. What did you say you're doing?
Could I forgo a move action to do another investigation?
Sure. We'll allow that. We'll allow that. Not every time, but we'll allow it this time.
Okay.
It's kind of like taking a multi-attack, but as Indiana Jones.
Not a good roll, but I got a 4.
Okay, with a 4, you are not able to find any other useful items near you.
Alrighty.
That brings us to Owlin. You've got
I
10
love
seconds to
that
talk
in
about
order
your
to
move.
make this unfair fight fair, we are now basically playing Halo Fiesta against an Aboleth. Alan will bonus action rage, and let me mark off a rage. And then greatsword attack this mofo
Okay.
that's right in front of him. 23, I assume, hits.
Yeah, 23 hits.
Okay. Max damage, 15 damage.
15
No. Sorry, and I'm raging. My bad. 17 damage.
17 damage.
Yep.
You literally,
Got him.
like in one angry slice, you start at the top of its head and slice it down its torso and cut the creature in half. It falls lifeless to either side of you as your fury breaks at this gross, slimy, obnoxious thing having the audacity to come attack you.
Alan's going to then use his move action to move to the edge of the shore.
Okay.
And that will be his turn.
Got it. You have moved to the edge of the shore.
Alan. Oh!
And that brings us to the top of the round. You've got 60 seconds to talk tactics if you want them.
Alan, what are you doing?
Alan's like in his rage now. I'm gonna throw a fireball at the Aboleth.
I want to get this potion to Alan somehow.
Raging giant Alan. That would be amazing.
So I'm gonna
It
try
is the
and
clear choice.
move my 30 feet and then throw the potion to Alan to chug.
All right, I'm gonna look to Shale and be like, Shale, are we fighting or are we searching? What are we doing?
30 seconds. I can cover you while you search if you like.
You got this?
Shale, who's like wrapped in a cast and you know has like his sling over his one arm and he's all bandaged up over his torso, looks at you with absolute confidence in his eyes, and you get the feeling that like he really does have this.
All right, listen, man. I'm not. If you're staying, I'm staying. If you believe West and South is still here, I got
know
your
they're
back.
here, and I'm not leaving without them.
I pat him on the shoulder that hopefully he's not injured on, and
He
I
doesn't
said,
wince
"Until the end, then."
until the end. And he hands you his dagger so that he can draw his other hand crossbow.
Okay.
So he's got 2 hand crossbows out to cover you now as you're digging through, because you
He's
have no
like
inventory.
Neo from the Matrix, but in
He pulls
in
out 2
D&D.
hand crossbows.
Yeah.
Bah, 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 bah.
Yeah, if he turns them sideways, you know it's over. 10 seconds. Anybody need anything else? I think we're good to start, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
All right.
can Alan use a reaction to chug the potion? Is that a thing?
Yes, Alan could use a
Let's
reaction.
go.
Oh, and Zoth gets to him first, so that's a thing, yeah. All right, Jeb, you've got 10 seconds to tell me about your move.
All right. It looks like they're taking care of the front lines, and I think we need to bolster our armaments. So Jeb's going to he's going to start digging through the ground.
Okay.
And I get a really high number. It's 18 plus something dumb, like 6. Yeah, it's like
plus
20,
something
24.
Okay. Give me 1 second to read about what happens, because that was really high. Ooh, chat's granted you another boon, too.
Let's go.
Woo! Thanks, chat.
I said a boon, chickaboon.
Nice.
You don't have to answer this, DM, but I have a question for you.
Okay.
Do you have like a table of boons? Is that what you're
I
doing
do.
right now?
Yeah, I literally have a table of boons.
Ooh.
And there's room specific in this dungeon.
It'd be-
so-
Rune boons.
It'd be cooler if he had a throne of boons.
Jeb. You're right. Jeb, you find a massive, size category large great axe with a huge notch in one of the blades and a severed hand still clutching the handle of it. This is a giant slayer great axe. It has a +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls, and it deals an extra 2d6 damage on crits, which are 19s and 20s. It also does not feel like it's a large weapon, like you can wield it yourself. So Jebediah Peppermint, who is 2 shins high, can wield this axe that is bigger than he is.
It's like Cloud's sword, but an axe.
Yeah, it's similar to that. So you find this giant slayer great axe. It also does cool stuff against giants, but there aren't any here at the moment. So. You also, as you move this great axe that is huge, humongous, gigantic, you also uncover the top of another cell. The 3 lines at the top of another cell under this mound of treasure, and inside you see a faint pulsing blue light.
Can I do like a bonus action investigate it real quick while I'm looking at it?
You could do a bonus action perception.
Because I am trained in Arcana. That is a 13 plus some stuff.
You're pretty sure that this is a will-o-wisp or a willow-wells. As in a spirit that was unable to transition to where it needed to go. Usually they get stuck in the Feywild, but
Yeah.
it seems like there is one that is here. Are you doing any movement this turn?
Can I forego my movement to do like a super fast thing?
Sure.
I would like to reach into my pack real, like he's kind of confused by this. He's got this big fat axe, and it's like oh, okay, there's a willow wells down there.
Okay.
And I'm gonna reach into my pocket real quick and pull out the little key fob for the cipher truck that Elaine Mollusk gave him.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna like click hit the button to see if he's not sure if it will summon it, but he's gonna see if like maybe he can summon that thing.
You clicked the button and it lit up as it did when it was normally operating above ground. You have no other feedback or confirmation of anything, but you've done that.
She said something about like you can take one of the cipher trucks and then like press a button and it'll return. So he's kind of like hoping that maybe it's two ways. But yeah, does that real quick.
Great. He does that. And that brings us to Fox. 10 seconds to tell us about your move.
All right. I keep an eye on Shale. I want to make sure I know if somebody gets up close to him, but otherwise I'm going to start doing that investigation.
He's
behind him.
Investigating.
So I guess technically I'll move behind him. Yoink.
Okay.
And it's not my best skill, but hopefully this is enough. That's a 14 today.
Okay. 14 investigation. You find a pair of goggles with a like a big crack in one of the lenses. When you hold them up to your eyes, you realize you can see. These are goggles of night. They're a wondrous item. While wearing these dark lenses, you have dark vision out to a range of 60 feet. So you have 60-foot dark vision. You still can't see out to the Aboleth, but you now have dark vision out to 60 feet.
Is there a reason why that's on the board now?
Wash put that there. It's the Will-O-Wisp he found.
Oh, okay. I was like, can I now see tentacles rising out of the water?
Oh no.
Okay.
I was just gonna draw the cage, but we don't have draw like
Fox,
pencil permissions.
Is this your whole action?
I will also recall. I'll be like, get and bring back my rope.
Okay. Your rope comes soaring back to you, freeing the Sahwagan that it was entangling. That brings us to the Aboleth's turn and its beasts. The formerly stunned Sahwagan takes a move towards you, which triggers Shale's prepared action. Shale's going to attack it with his reaction. And with a confirmed natural 20, he'll hit it. A lot of crits in the first couple minutes of this session.
Go Shale.
And he deals 8 points of damage to it, taking off another big chunk of the creature, but not enough to stop it entirely. And so it's going to get the rest of its move. Dun, 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 dun. And it basically shambles up to the side of the throne. And so Shale is trying to like use the corner to defend himself. And the beast just reaches around the side and its thick claws just like dig into his one arm. And it's going to roll to hit. Ooh, but as it like reaches for him, he uses his cast to block the attack. And so it digs into like the hardness of the cast and is unable to actually get to his arm and deal any real damage. But it is now like up close and personal fighting with Shale. That's going to bring us to Zothkug's turn. You have 10 seconds.
Zothkug is going to move his full 30 feet towards Alan.
Okay.
And then he's going to throw the potion towards him and tell him to drink it.
Okay. That's fine. You can toss him the potion. So Alan,
use a reaction to drink it?
Yeah, go ahead. Use your reaction to drink it, and you have now drunk the potion of growth.
Does that mean I'm now a large creature?
Yes, it ups your size. I think one category.
By one category, that's what I saw, yeah.
So, enlarge. The target size doubles in all dimensions, and its weight is multiplied by 8. The growth increases the size by one category. Until the spell ends, the target also has advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws. The target's weapon also grows to match its size. While these weapons are enlarged, the target's attack with them deal 1d4 extra damage.
That's awesome.
Chad's got jokes. Okay, go ahead.
So, Alan has this necklace of fireballs, but in this case, it seems to be most advantageous to go attack. However, Josh,
Yeah.
rage ends if I don't attack by the end of my turn. Would using the necklace of fireballs be considered an attack?
Yes.
Okay.
You make an attack with it. Like if you throw one of the
Okay.
or I suppose you could throw all three of them. But yes, if you throw a
Yo,
fireball,
I can throw all three at once?
Yeah, and the damage stacks.
Okay. Alan. Oh man, I guess if he misses, then that's. Wait, so I make an attack roll for that? Okay. Well,
Well, yeah.
or does Aboleth make a saving throw?
The fireball spell has a save
Okay.
DC.
Well then, Alan is gonna move out into the water as a large creature, get just outside the 20-foot range, 5, 10, 15, 20, of the proposed fireball.
Okay.
Rip off this now giant necklace off of his giant. No, I think it's funnier to imagine rip off this tiny necklace from his now giant neck, and
The Joker.
Exactly, and throw the all three beads, like the entire necklace, at the Aboleth. Also, I described this early in the campaign, but I realized I hardly ever rage because we don't do that much intense combat in this campaign. Alan grows like these like white ethereal wings that are not like physical, but like these ethereal wings when he rages.
So now he has giant white
And
ethereal
he has
wings.
giant white ethereal wings, and yeah. Anyway, so he throws the giant thing. So if you said the damage stacks on the
damage
if you
stacks.
throw?
It basically is the same as casting it at a higher level. As Alan throws it, a sea spawn leaps out of the water right in front of you, intercepting the fireballs you threw within
What?
20 feet of you, sacrificing itself and putting you in the range of the fireballs that just attacked you. This is a prepared action that the Aboleth had, not for fireballs, but for an attack. It was going to leap out
Okay.
and intercept the attack. So now you can roll a save, a dexterity save of 15.
Bruh.
Okay, hold on. I'm still rolling the damage of this thing because that's.
Hold on, I'm not ready for
Oh,
Alan
it's
to
D6.
die.
I'm doing this wrong. Okay, hold on.
You got advantage on the save from chat.
Thank you, chat. Okay, I'll roll the save first.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm scrolling through all these things. All right, dexterity save.
Dexterity save. The number to beat is 15.
I did not beat it. I rolled a 1 and then a 3.
Okay.
Um,
So you take the effects of a level 3, 4, 5 fireball spell.
okay.
Cleave is 5d6.
A level 5 fireball spell
Yeah. Oh,
at
dude.
higher levels.
It starts at 8d6 on a failed save.
Yep.
8, 9, 10.
Yeah.
So you take 10d6.
I'm rolling it.
Okay, you're rolling it. That's fine.
Yep.
10D56.
Chat's trying to destroy you. 10d56.
Even
Okay.
still.
I took 41 damage, which puts me definitely unconscious. Not.
Chat has
Not,
cast Cure Wounds on you.
Oh. Okay. Are we? Josh, how do you deal with negative hit points?
If you're not if you're negative your max hit points, then you're dead. Otherwise,
I
you're
am
just
not.
unconscious making death saves.
Okay.
If you're unconscious though, and anyone heals you at all, that puts you into like that. If it would not normally, let me say this different. If you're at -12 and someone heals you 8, you have 0 hit points and are stable. So chat casting Cure Wounds on you because you're not insta-dead means you're at 0 hit points, stable, but unconscious.
Okay,
in the
that's
water.
where I am at.
Okay. So
And
this
my
means-
rage is gone, but I am still giant.
Okay. So the giant just topples backwards and like with a big splash lands in the lake and begins sinking. He's naturally buoyant, but by the next round, if no one has done anything, he will fall beneath the water. He is stable,
That was
though,
the
at
dumbest
0
crap I've
points.
ever seen happen. All right. Anyway,
It's a big
next
rip.
turn.
That brings us to... Oh, Alan is the last turn in the round, so that brings you to 60 seconds to talk tactics.
Alan was about to be our saving angel, and instead he was. What do we do?
Zothkug is gonna move and heal
Okay.
Alan.
I'm gonna help Shale deal with this. I gotta deal with what's in front of me. I'm just a simple
Can you make
rogue.
it out there, Zothkug?
I can cast it from the edge.
Chat has granted a boon.
Oh, okay.
So something good's gonna happen for you guys this round.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I can't help. Good luck, guys.
Chat, good move with the boon. We got a good one. I mean, I think
Nice.
they're all good, but like we got a really good one.
I was gonna say the point of a boon is for it to be good.
Yeah, all of them have been bad. I've been actually harming the group.
Okay. Everyone has figured out what they want to do tactically.
I would say Alan can't figure anything out because he's down.
That's true.
Yeah, I'm gonna provide cover fire.
Okay. So the turn begins, and Jeb, as you're kind of taking aim and getting ready to provide cover fire, you hear like a little ding sound behind you, and the will-o-wisp soars past you and dives into another pile of treasure. Its light pulsing frantically dives into another pile of treasure. Go ahead and take your turn.
Oh man, I'm trying not to metagame. I'm thinking it's probably trying to help, but I mean, Jeb's focus is on Alan right now.
Ooh, Josh, I assume that sea spawn is dead, right? From the
Oh, yes.
46 points of damage. Okay.
Very much so, yes.
Oh, it is. Okay. Well, that
Yeah.
changes things a little bit because I was gonna provide support for that. I'm still gonna do my thing. I'm gonna go. Well, I can't. Now I can't because the distance is different. I can still make it. I'm going. Oh dang it! No, I can't. All right, he can't do what he was gonna do. So he's gonna check out the willow wells. You said it dove down into the treasure.
Yeah, into another pile of treasure nearby.
Can you point out on the map where nearby?
I just did. I moved the willow there.
Gotcha. I'll move over here and I'll follow it. I'll start digging.
Okay. You have not dug for very long at all when you uncover another prison. And in this one, there are two more glowing balls of light, which soar out the top of it and split, moving in 3 different directions. So there's one here, and one here now, all diving back into the treasure. Also, as you're digging, you come across a very small leather pouch. When you open it, you find that it is a packet of pixie dust, opened but still half full. It has 1 charge left in it. As an action, you can sprinkle this dust on yourself or another creature you can see within 5 feet of you. The recipient gains a fly speed of 30 feet and the ability to hover for 1 minute. If the creature is airborne when the effect ends, it falls safely to the ground, taking no damage and landing on its feet. So, you have found that thing.
Okay.
I'm nervous.
All right. I think that's it. I think that's all I got.
All right, Fox. As you're kind of looking around trying to figure out what to do, you also notice that a blue will-o-wisp just soars out of the ground at your feet. And it would be even better if I could actually put it on the map. Here we go. Soars out of the ground at your feet and shoots up towards the ceiling. And another appears behind the Sahuagin, just soaring out of the treasure and suddenly appearing, pulsing frantically. Also, go ahead and take your turn.
Are they like really high up or like where
They're
exactly?
they're at all different heights, and they're moving really quickly and frantically, creating this cacophony of growing levels of noise as they kind of ding and trumpet and zoom and just... It's a whole frantic pile of activity.
Leia? Leia? Who? Okay,
Lyra is the name you're looking for.
Lyra. I'm gonna
Leia.
Leia? Yeah. That's a weird costume you're wearing. Okay. I'm gonna grab Shale by the collar, yank him behind me, and move forward, and just... All I got is the dagger. I just realized. I don't have any of my stuff on me.
That's true.
I'll just go ahead and just try to drive this through the thing's face.
Okay, roll to hit.
Where my D20? I just had it. There it is. What is the stats for this dagger?
It's just a normal dagger, so it'll deal 1d6 piercing.
Right. Okay. In that case,
Well, I guess for you plus your
rolled-
proficiency, right?
Right. And strength, right? It's not finesse.
A dagger is a finesse.
Oh, it is. Ooh. Well, in that case, that's an 18.
Oh, 18 to hit or points of damage?
18 to hit.
Okay, yeah, you hit it.
All right, and D6, right? And that is also proficiency and dex, correct?
I don't remember how your damage works.
It's fine. It's 9 points of damage.
Okay. You kill it. You stab straight through its face, which is already missing a chunk from the hand crossbow bolt of Shale's, and you get right in there and you twist, and the top of its skull just pops right off. And it is no more as it topples to the ground. In front of you, one of the willows
kick
dives straight down at your feet into the treasure and then bounces back up again.
Okay. But that's my turn, though, right?
Yeah. And that brings us to Shale and the Aboleths. Shale's going to dive forward, and he will land on the treasure where the willow is indicating and just begin digging. And he uncovers another prison, and with it, another Aboleth comes out, another willow comes out, and that willow goes and alerts more of them. And suddenly there's this swirl of willow wells around you, and they all zoom out in this big loud cacophony to surround Owlin and provide him with an effect of theirs, which is like a brief touch of ethereal energy, basically the last gasp of a dying soul. They provide a d4 bonus each to Owlin's next roll.
Yo.
So, Owlin, you are unconscious. I'm going to give you a roll to wake up. And you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 d4 of bonuses that these souls have granted you as they one by one wink out of existence.
Yo,
So
chat.
11d4. Yeah, and this is the boon that just came from... Oh, Alan has Cure Wounds cast on him. Cure Wounds is going to wake you up, which means now you have 11d4 on any roll of your choice for the next 2 rounds.
Any roll?
You pick a roll and 11d4 bonus to it. So
How much do I heal from Cure Wounds?
Cure Wounds, I can't remember what level chat's casting it at. Let me check. I think chat's a level 3 caster.
So is that... Oh, let me Google.
1d8 plus 3. Yep, they were 3rd level.
Okay.
Belly says pick the Cure Wounds roll and roll your 11d4 to add to the Cure Wounds roll. You can.
Oh, that's smart.
That's a mood.
That's smart. So that's...
I got a thing for you though, pup.
Okay, if he's got a thing for me, pup, I'll go with the 10 HP from the Cure Wounds.
Okay.
And then it's not Alan's turn yet, is it?
No, it's not Alan's turn yet.
But Alan's back up, still giant.
Okay. Shale, who just dug through the treasure, is now laying prone, and he's going to kind of roll over and try and camouflage himself in the treasure at your feet, Fox, still with his hand crossbows out. So he's just kind of like, almost like a sand crab, like trying to sweep loose cover around him to give himself like a hidden vantage point to attack from. Wash, can you delete all those willows that are around Alan? They've all given their last gasp of life to bring him back.
They've all done their purpose.
They fulfilled their purpose. And the Aboleth is going to move away from Owlin, just slowly meander a little bit away from you, and then it's going to shriek this loud, gargantuan, horrifying kind of
jeez.
noise. And Owlin, you feel something brush against your leg swimming in the
dear.
water.
Oh no.
It doesn't attack you yet, but you just feel something kind of brush past you. Chat has granted another boon. Remember, chat, there's only
Yay.
10 boons in there for the whole night, I think.
Chat going hard.
Yeah, chat's going hard. So chat grants another boon. We'll come back to the boon in a second here. The Aboleth concludes its turn, and that brings us to Zothkug. 10 seconds to tell me what you're doing
Alrighty.
while I figure out this boon.
Zothkug is going to move and use one of his class features. So he's going to, I believe it's the square that gets everyone. Yes. Okay. Sorry, I had to check the distances. Yeah, that one. Okay. So he moves there, and then he's gonna use a plant. If I need to, you can tell me if a class feature requires me to use it or not. But as an action, you choose up to 3 willing creatures within 30 feet of you, creating a magical bond among them for 10 minutes or until you use this feature again. While any bonded creatures within 30 feet of another, once per turn, they can roll a d4 and add it to an attack roll, an ability check, or a saving throw they make.
There you go. You guys got those things.
I'm using it on Fox, Jeb, and Alan, to be clear.
Yeah,
Sorry, Jail.
Yeah, rip that, dude.
Can you remind me of the bonus of that again? Sorry.
Yeah. While any bonded creature is within 30 feet of another, once per turn they can roll a d4 and add it to an attack roll, an ability check, or a saving throw they make.
Sweet.
So as long as you're within 30 feet of Fox, Jeb, or myself, or Alan, whoever applies, you can use this.
Sweet.
Love it.
Fox,
Yes.
with your... well, we'll come back to that. Zoth, are you doing anything else with your turn?
Excuse me?
That's it.
Okay. Fox, with your dark vision, you notice looking behind you and around the kind of throne that you're using as cover to see more of the island for maybe the first time. You notice that there's more piles of treasure and stuff. Obviously, there's another throne. There's more of the big table. You notice out in the distance 2 things. The first of them is really bad. You notice another giant fish-looking thing surfacing out of the water. But you also notice that the currents of the water seem to be leading towards an exit that is not one of the obvious ones. Like you can see at the north and south of this room, that's the direction the water is flowing. You came in from the north through the big tunnel with the waterfall. There appears to be another exit to the east of the room somewhere. Like the water currents are pulling in that direction. It seems like there's something over there that you might be able to use for egress. And that brings us to Owlin's turn.
Oh, it was Zoth's turn. Wait.
Zoth finished his
finished.
turn, chat granted a
Okay.
boon, and now
Cool.
it is your turn.
Great. Alan is going to do a few things. Alan is going to stand up, which I believe uses half of his move, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
His move distance is still 30 feet even while he's big? Or, let me check.
No, when he's big, his size large creatures have 40 feet as
Let's
their default
go.
move distance.
So he has 20 feet still.
He does. He got 20.
So I guess that still only puts him like here.
Yeah.
He's going to move there.
You do not get my bonus. Just
That's
FYI.
okay. He's going to bonus action rage. So now he spent another rage.
He's an angry elf.
He's an angry Azamar.
Yeah.
Let me go to my actions. And then he's going to pull out at his hip what has also grown with him, a giant hand axe, and throw it at this Aboleth.
Okay.
And
Roll to hit.
Drum roll, please.
24 to hit.
24 hits.
Okay. And then he's going to add the 26 to the damage.
Okay. So that's a plus 26. That's the number that you added.
Yeah,
Okay.
yes. Sorry, yes. That's what I rolled with all the d4.
So what's total damage?
That's 32 damage.
32
Oof.
damage. You deal 32 damage as you sink this hand axe into the side of the Aboleth. One of its tentacles spirals off and it gives this shriek as it like recoils away from you, spins around, and it's going to use one of its legendary actions to attack back, covering the distance to you. And it's going to make a tail swipe.
Oh no.
14 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, so it successfully hits you. Let's just move it next to you. The Aboleth just turns around faster than your eyes can even follow and immediately whips out with another one of its tentacles, hitting you for some slashing damage as the kind of
Which is
sharp
halved when
razor
I'm
thin
raging,
point
which
at
is
the
nice.
end of it. Yeah, good for you, dude. Half damage. After half damage, 7 points of damage. So 7
Still
points
alive.
of slashing damage as it whips across you, and you need to make a wisdom save.
Oh shoot, I forgot about that aspect of this. Okay.
I believe.
I'm
in
just going hard with no F's given.
17.
17. You feel something almost congeal around your mind, but in your rage, your single-minded determinedness, you're able to just kind of shake it off like a bear shaking a bug off of its nose. Just shake your head back and forth and move through the fog.
I like to imagine that everything Alan's doing is in slightly slower motion because he's so big.
Yeah, like in
Sorry, anyway.
Yeah, in Pacific Rim when the giant kaiju were fighting. This is like that. It's a kaiju fight. Okay. That brings us to the top
Alan's
of
a
the
Jaeger
round.
and
Josh,
Aboleth is
Yeah?
a kaiju.
are the what is that? Saugans?
The Sahwagans.
The Hwagans, are they classified as undead?
The Sahwagans.
Dun dun.
Nope, they are classified as humanoids.
Dang it. Okay.
I'm going to support Owlin, guys.
Hey guys, there's something blocking what I believe is maybe a weird exit out of here. Just so you know, DM.
I'm gonna hit him again.
DM
I
here.
gotta use the bathroom. I'll be RB. I'm gonna be as fast as quick.
He'll be Arby's.
I'm gonna move and then investigate, like move towards whatever Fox is pointing at, and then investigate treasure piles.
Okay. Fox is pointing like way off the island. So
Yeah, I'll just
Okay.
start heading in that direction.
I see, and then look for more treasure.
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody loves scouring hordes, right? What could be better? I'm our 60 seconds are up, but I'm stalling for Matt because he's second in the initiative order. You know what? He'll just take the
You know what?
dodge action
I'll,
if he's not back.
You know, old Jeb. He's gonna have some words in his turn.
That's true. We're gonna start off at the top of the initiative table then. Jebediah Peppermint, your turn. What's up?
I'm gonna run to the north. 5, 10, 15, 20, right past Zoth. And I'm gonna say, I don't know if you got any healing or something, but Alan might need it. I'm gonna go support him. And I'm going to use my last second level spell slot. So this is a one-way trip.
Can I
Owl-
respond back? Or,
Yeah, you can talk to
Sure.
him. Talking's a free
Um,
action.
Okay. Most of my healing is much closer range, unfortunately.
He says as Jeb casts Fog Step and boof, boom, just lands on Owlin's shoulders.
Oh,
All right.
Ooh.
let's go. That's fun.
And I would like to use the pixie dust and sprinkle it on Owlin's ethereal wings.
Let's go.
Cast fly on him.
Let's go.
Wow.
30 feet of fly speed.
Oh.
Fly gives you 60 feet of flying speed.
But pixie dust, I think, only.
Oh, is that like one of the? It doesn't cast the fly spell.
recipient
It
gains
does
a
like.
flying speed of 30 feet and the ability to hover for 1 minute at a time.
Interesting.
Okay.
Sorry, and the ability to hover for 1 minute. 1 minute duration of 10 rounds.
So, Jeb's gonna pop on your shoulder and say, "It's all right, pup. It's me. We're gonna get you out of this water." And so your wings start to give you actual flight.
Sweet.
And like, I'd love to dump a bunch of stuff onto him, but I believe the action economy doesn't allow me to do that. Actually, you know what? Oh, his health is kind of low. I'm gonna go ahead and do this. I'm gonna use time compression, my only time compression,
Okay.
and I'm going to use my action to drop some disappearing powder that I have on
Ooh.
Owlin.
So Alan's invisible.
Owlin is invisible, which means attacks against him have disadvantage.
Yep.
And then, in lieu of movement, can I give him the Great Axe of Giant Slaying that I just got?
Sure.
Let's go.
As a reminder, the powder is location-based, not player-based. So, like, if he moves outside of that 10-foot radius that it creates, he'll become visible again. You're talking about the one from Elaine
really?
Mollusk, right?
The disappearing powder?
Yeah.
I thought that was... Is that not... Maybe I'm thinking of Dust of Disappearance.
Yes, you're thinking of Dust of Disappearance. Elaine Mollusk gave you a prototype thing that Edison is working on. And that powder is only good, like, it makes a location invisible, and then you're in that location.
Your
It's almost
Mollusk
Well,
like
we're gonna take advantage of that location.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say Owlin, I'm gonna let him know that
Yeah.
that within 10 feet of us, that means he can't see me either. I was willing for Jeb to be like
Yeah.
visible.
Owlin's
But that's
like
good.
big and floaty and invisible.
Yep.
Yeah, and then Jeb just kind of like slips the great axe into the hand that you were just throwing your throwing axe, and I was like,
Okay.
here's another one. I don't care if you want to two-hand them or one in each hand or whatever, but go ham, my man.
Can I just clarify? Did we get into a boss fight, but then Alan was the one who had the second phase?
Yes.
Jake, just so that you know, this great axe does 2d6 damage,
Okay.
and it's a +1 magic weapon. So
Let's
you'll
go.
add a +1 to your hit and +1 to your damage.
Let's go. Okay.
All right.
Sweet.
That
And I'm just gonna
concludes-
hold on tight.
That concludes Jeb's turn. The Aboleth is going to take a legendary action.
Oh.
And it's going to use Detect to try and identify where the invisible Owlin is. Owlin, never mind. Okay. That brings us to Fox's turn. Fox, what are you doing?
Shale good?
I mean, I'm covered. I don't know that really anything is good right now. We need to find a way out of this room. Like, wherever they are, they're not in here. But now Owlin is over there.
All right, I'm gonna poke his shoulder, point him towards what I believe may be another Aboleth, and I'm like, we probably need to make sure that thing's real, and if so, I think it's blocking the only exit.
Ah, nuts. He's going to turn and look towards it. He's still like laying down in impartial cover, so he can't really move very much, but he's kind of looking out that direction, and it's pretty far. So like, he, just like you, he can't really make out what exactly he's looking at.
I'm gonna take the chance to search again.
Okay.
While I don't think that thing's moved, right?
Investigation.
That shambling corpse hasn't moved.
Not yet.
Okay, I got an 11.
An 11. You search and you find some cool gold stuff, but you don't find any new treasures or magical items.
All right, I took one like at the, I'm like wearing goggles.
Yeah, you have
I'm
the...
gonna tuck a cup of gold along with the hat, like the little band,
Okay,
like the
you're
little,
tucking some gold into the bands around your goggles.
Yes.
Okay. Sure. You are
But
able
if I'm
to
gonna waste
tuck-
my time, I might as well profit from it.
You get 6 gold pieces that you're able to tuck into the bands around your goggles. This guy. Rogues.
This
Am I right?
guy. Yeah.
Rogues, am I right?
Only one thing on their mind.
That brings us to the Aboleth's turn.
He's anxiety looting.
Jeb and Owlin both need to make wisdom saves for me.
What for?
Yeah, tell me why.
why?
I'll tell you why once you tell me what you got on them. I mean, I think you know
17
why.
again.
The Aboleth be trying to do things.
17 again.
Okay, you.
I got a
succeeded.
19.
All right, you both
Yay.
succeeded. Your minds are strangely resilient on this day of chat boons. Also, you're like still pumped up and angry and raging and stuff. The Aboleth is going to. Yeah, that's what it's going to do. The Aboleth splits into 3 Aboleths.
What the frick?
Excuse me?
Oh, wrong.
Are they smaller at least?
Nope. They are 3 of the same creature, basically. And they surround you. And then one of them is going to attack. Rolled a 19 to hit that was with his disadvantage for your invisibility. Does a 19 hit you?
Yeah, that's.
I would
good.
like to use my last chronal shift to force him to re-roll that.
Okay. He's rolling again with disadvantage. I rolled both die, and this time he got, hang on, it's an 8 on the die, so the modifiers are going to matter.
Dun.
15 to hit.
That hits.
Okay.
No.
So he hits you
Dang it.
with one of his tentacles just swiping kind of blindly through the space where he knows you were. And it deals 10 points of damage as it
Alan is
whips across your
unconscious.
shoulders. And the Aboleths around you spin in like a really fast circle, displacing a bunch of water so that you can't tell which one did the actual attack before they come to rest next to you.
Well, Alan is down.
Okay.
So what does that mean for Jeb?
Means I'm on his shoulders,
Yeah,
riding
he's-
him down like
Chat's cure wounds in you.
Like
Let's
Titanic.
go.
1d8 plus 3. It's like the gods themselves are invested in this fight. It's like every time Alan thinks he should be going down, he like finds a little bit more in the tank.
I'm back at 8 HP.
See, guys, Wing Badger Tavern, the DM isn't God. The DM's a storyteller. The
That's right.
chats are
Yeah.
God.
Yeah,
He's the watcher.
that's right. Who watches
created
the
the
Oh,
chat.
chat?
there you go.
Literally,
As I go to
our
sleep.
viewers. Okay.
Okay.
Also, the Aboleth has finished his turn, but some of his minions have not yet. The Zothkug shambles, climbs, and makes a move towards Fox and Shale. Shale's looking away, so even though his prepared action is going to trigger, I'm going to give him disadvantage because he has to like spin back, basically.
Oh, that's my fault.
He misses his attack, so Shale swings back to looking at the Zothkug, attacks and misses, and at the same moment,
The cipher truck arrives.
That'd be pretty banging.
it would be pretty cool, but it's
Especially if
not
it came through
what
all of those stone crushers and was like half beaten up.
at the same
Especially
moment,
if Elaine Mollusk was in the cipher truck here to give us reinforcement.
Bum, ba, da,
two more
ba.
Zothkug begin emerging from the water and climbing up towards Fox.
Oh no.
And that brings us to Zothkug's turn. Zothkug, what you doing?
He's gonna move his 30 feet right next to Fox. Hey man, this is pretty crazy. And then he's gonna investigate.
All right, roll your investigation.
Understatement of the year.
That's a 16.
16.
Understatement of the millennia.
Within the context of this fight, we have definitely split the party.
As we do.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be Four Guys, Ventures, and Vibes unless we did.
Bro, you got a good one.
What
You
I get?
find a rusted metal with a little bit of
find
like
tetanus.
blood and gore kind of crusted into it. Looks like it was maybe hanging from a pendant or something before. It's this amulet, and as you look at it, there is a labyrinth inscribed on the top of it. And you recognize this from like a story that you've heard someone tell once, but you didn't think it was real. It is the Medal of the Maze. It is a magic item that it was one of the awards for one of the tournaments in one of the supposedly mythical, like historical myths that you tell people just as like, this is cool about the kings of the ancient times or whatever. And when you use an action to trace the maze inscribed on this medal, you gave advantage on wisdom checks, and you know the quickest way out of any trapped location you find yourself in for 1 hour. Once the property's been used, it can't be used again. So like it's a one-time use. So it's a one-time like get out of place free card, basically. It shows you the path.
Sorry, I'm just trying to look up the item. Or is this a homebrew?
It's not a homebrew. Medal of the Maze.
Medal, like D, or metal?
Medal, like an award.
Okay.
MEDAL.
Okay.
Use
You
5e
won!
tools. It's way easier.
Yep.
Dude,
Dude,
my man just won the Olympics.
that's right. The
You
Olympics.
should take a bite out of it. It won't give you tetanus.
Is that the end of your turn?
Congratulations,
Yes.
you got a blood and gore soaked medal.
Alan, 10 seconds. What you doing with your turn?
Alan is gonna stand back up, and
You got this, pup.
I guess re-engage rage. This is his last rage. Yeah, this is his last rage. That's a bonus action to do that.
Okay.
And then I may or may not be dumb, because I forgot that Alan, while he's raging, has 2 attacks. So he's gonna utilize that this time.
Oh, okay.
Latch dish effort.
He was just so confident before that he didn't feel it was necessary. That's the
Right.
reason. That's the reason, not because he forgot he could
Well, he
do
was
it.
angry. You get tunnel vision when you're mad.
Yeah. So first,
Right,
Alan
wait,
is gonna swipe at
Raging.
the original location of the Aboleth, the one that's to his right,
Okay.
or to
Yep.
the
Roll to hit.
east, whatever the heck.
I know.
Okay. And it's with this new thing, this new, yeah,
Yep. The Axe of Giant Slaying.
the Axe of Giant Slaying. 14 to hit.
14 to hit. Just
You're adding that +1?
Yeah, I'm adding it.
You can add a
Didn't
D4.
roll. Didn't
14
roll
to
well.
hit. Just barely
Wait,
misses.
I can add a D4. I can add a D4 because am I within range?
I don't
Yeah,
think so.
yeah.
Zoth moved away from you, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's within 30 feet of a bonded creature. Jevin.
Oh, okay. Well then, yeah,
Oh,
good to go. So,
I meant
Oh.
to do that.
it only added a 1. Does a 15 hit?
yes.
Let's go.
15 hits. As
Let's
you
go!
swing into the side of the Aboleth, and your axe whips through air, and the image of an Aboleth vanishes.
Oh, that one doesn't work. Okay. Well, he's gonna the one to the north. He's gonna attack.
Yep. Roll to hit.
So, all right. Come on, come on. And do I get to add the D4 again?
Nah, it's once per turn.
Dang it. That doesn't hit. That's a 10.
Okay. So you swing at it, but it knows you're swinging, and so it just gets out
Yeah.
of the way, kind of
Dang.
whips around you. And, its tentacles fly apart, and you hit the space between them, and then they continue maneuvering.
Okay.
Okay. Is that your whole turn?
Yeah, he's not gonna provoke an opportunity attack
Okay.
because he's almost dead.
He's almost dead. Chat says you also get 2 attacks for being level 5.
I'm not level 5 because of
Right.
yeah. Sorry, Meat
Reasons.
Hook Massacre.
Yep.
Yeah, Wash. I'm just
60
rolling
seconds to talk
terribly.
tactics.
Sorry, I rolled a 3 on the die on that one.
For my main
don't-
action, I'm probably gonna use the
Alan.
maze.
Yeah,
I don't think that they can attack us while we're invisible.
they did.
Like I don't. No. Whoa. Oh, it did. Well, but it was just blindly. It could have just been blindly flailing. If you can't see us, if we shoot off, I don't think they can get a reaction on us.
If we shoot, oh, if we leave.
Like if we just go up.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, we should do that. Sorry, I forgot that
Whoa!
30 seconds.
Puberty hit hard.
Fox, what you doing?
Okay. Shale, I need you to believe me, and I'm going to.
Believe you on what?
I'm gonna pull you onto my shoulders, hold you onto my back, you cover my back, and I'll keep you moving.
Whatever you say, man. And he just cranks the 2 hand crossbows. All right, it sounds like everyone's done thinking about tactics.
Yep.
Is that right? That brings us to Jebediah Peppermint. What you doing?
I am going to.
Blast him.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna cast Magic Missile,
Okay.
which gives me 3 darts.
Okay.
And I need to pick my targets ahead of time. So I'm going to do 1 on the top one and 2 on the bottom.
All right. So you fire your blunderbuss, and the darts kind of split in midair and move in their 2 directions. And 2 of the darts shoot straight through the image that's to the south of you, and the image vanishes. And
Nice.
to the north of you, the remaining Aboleth takes, what is that, a D4, a D6?
It's 5 points of damage total.
5 points of
force
damage total. It takes 5 points of force damage as it kind of gets hit in the side by one of these magic missiles. The Aboleth, because it's the end of your turn, is going to take a legendary action, and it's going to try and use Detect to find you again. Okay. And that brings us to Fox. Your turn.
All right. I'm gonna grab him by the cloak
Okay.
or by the back of his shirt. Does he have straps or anything on his back?
Sure.
Okay, well, I'm going to put my arms through them and wear him like a backpack back to back. And then move southward as
Okay.
far as I can go in one move, which I believe is 30 feet.
Okay.
So I'm gonna move here and then search for more treasure.
Okay.
That will save my
More
life.
treasure.
And that's a nat 20.
A nat 20 in the search for treasure. There's not a ton of treasure left here, but a nat 20 is a good roll.
My daddy always said,
You
if you're gonna
find
search for treasure, you roll nat 20, son.
Rolling smokes.
a it's kind of a cloudy potion in an old dusty jar. When you pop the cork off, it smells like the sea, and it has a jellyfish-looking bubble inside of it. It's just a single, almost like a lava lamp, like a little kind of gelatinous-looking bubble that's kind of just floating lazily along in the potion. This is a potion of water breathing.
Okay.
So he's down there now.
Wait, I'm not sure if that helps me. Oh, and I brought Shale with me.
Yeah, I screwed up Shale's token. That's not
Oh,
you. That's
nice.
It's not you, it's
Have
me.
new Shale. Better Shale.
Better Shale.
Dang.
Yeah.
Oh.
Dang.
Rip shell.
Rip that dude, right?
Or at least his token.
Okay. That concludes Fox's turn, and it brings us to the Aboleth. The Aboleth. The Aboleth is going to dive straight down into the water at your feet,
Oh.
and with a cavern reverberating roar, the water around it explodes outwards like a giant bomb just went off in the water. Owlin, you need to roll a Constitution save, and Jeb needs to roll a Dex save to stay on.
And Chad just granted a boon.
Ooh, chat granted a boon. It's not going to be related to this check, though.
I know.
Both of you can
I
add
can hope.
D4 if you want.
That will help. Hold on.
Not good.
11.
All right.
Oh, wait, 12. Sorry, 12.
It's not enough.
Dang.
I got a 6.
Okay. Owlin is pulled into the water by the raging waves blasting out from where the Aboleth dived. It knocks you over backwards and rips you into the water. I see chat preemptively casting Cure Wounds on Alan. Alan, you're sucked down into the water, and you also feel like at first you're like, oh no, I'm drowning, I'm underwater, but then you realize like you're starting to be able to breathe in the water.
Shoot,
It's starting to work out for you being underwater as you develop gills along the sides of your neck.
Here we go again.
I'm sure I'm starting to enjoy it too, aren't I?
You are
Gosh dang
you
it.
are diseased for 1d4 hours and can only breathe underwater for that duration of time.
Do I roll that 1d4 or do you?
Whichever you want. Whoever you think's going to be more benevolent.
Do you want me to roll it?
Sure, Matt,
Allowed
roll
to
it.
roll it?
Benevolent Matt.
Benevolent Matt.
Benevolent
We all know
much?
me.
Benevolent. Dun, 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 dun.
Benevolent Matt. Actually, Benevolent Matt lost his D4. Please check back later.
Do you want me to roll it?
Sure, benevolent Trevor.
Benever.
Benever. Well, I'd benever.
2 hours.
Hey.
2 hours that you can only
That's
breathe
not,
underwater.
that's not 4.
That's
I
true.
found my D4.
Good job.
I rolled a 3, so you're welcome.
Dang, okay.
So that's the Aboleth's attack, and it also knocks you 20 feet back. So 5, 10, 15, 20. Jeb, you do not wind up being able to breathe underwater, but you are flung from Owlin. I'm going to put you just like 10 feet away, basically, as you're flung off of his shoulder and into the water. So you plunge down into the water, and now you're wet. That, is probably unfortunate for you. At the same time, the Sahuagin are going to move and attack Zothkug.
No.
15, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this one can't quite hit you yet. So only one of them can actually hit you, but they mass into a group as they attempt to frenzy their clawing, slimy hands, their gnashing jaws. They're 19 to hit.
No, that hit.
That's going to hit you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it hits you, and this one also is just going to go for the bite.
How dare you? The Sahawagans.
That bites.
More like Sahawakin, am I right?
It rolls
'Cause
3
they're
damage
whack.
as it
Okay.
bites you with its
I
gnawing
can take that.
zombie teeth and bites into your
Ow.
shoulder. And
Not nice,
Gnawing
man.
humanoid teeth.
yeah.
And it had a good dental plan.
And that is going to end the Aboleth's turn as we jump down here to Zothkug. Your turn. Oh, wait, Shale didn't go. Shale didn't go. Sorry.
Yeah.
Shale's covering
Shale, no.
Matt, but that right now means helping you, so it's good for you.
Yeah.
Shale's going to attack that front Sahuagin, and he's gonna hit it. Yeah. Shale hits that Sahuagin with a natural 20
Heck yeah.
in the Sahuagin, and it dies. It is no more. He's gonna use his second hand crossbow and attack another.
Yo, he's shooting off the backpack?
Yeah.
Let's go.
That's the arrangement.
Yeah, that was the plan.
Yeah. And okay, this is a 16, so it's not, and that's with disadvantage, mind you. 16, and that's just a normal hit. He gets max damage on it, so he hits
Yay.
this one. I've marked one in red. He hits one of the attacking Sahuagin for 8 points of damage as he, like, swinging back and forth in the bow, raises his crossbow, waits for his moment, holds his breath, pulls the trigger, and gets a clean shot straight through the beast's torso.
Ace.
Now it's Zothkug's turn.
So Zothkug, now not in enemy threat range, is just going to freely move 30 feet.
Okay.
It'll be to here, next to Fox. Man, that hurt. And then he's going to trace the maze, use his action to trace the maze.
Bro, did you just drink the potion of understatements?
So you trace the maze. You immediately get the idea that there are 3 ways out of the room that you're in right now. There's the way you came in, the like tunnel of traps that leads back to the north. There's a way to the south, another tunnel of some kind that leads to a waterfall that is coming from above, or there is an exit to the east on the eastern end of the cavern, which is to your right on this map, in case you don't know directions. And
Got him.
it leads. You don't know exactly where it leads, but you get the sense that this doesn't lead to water. It leads to dry land and steel flooring, and that's how you would get out of this room on it. And there are 2 ways to get there. There is a main hallway, and there is like an underground sort of river channel of water thing that you could follow to get in there.
I'm gonna relay this information to Fox.
Okay.
And Shale.
Okay.
And now it is Owlin's turn.
Does Alan have any sort of inherent knowledge that he cannot breathe air? Or does he just know that he can currently breathe water?
He probably can figure it out. We'll say you've deduced that you can't breathe air anymore.
Okay.
I believe Jeb's talked about it too, and we also kind of determined.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alan is going to hold his breath and attempt to fly back like 30 feet, right? 5, 10, 15, 20, or 40 feet. No, flying speed of 30
30-foot
feet.
fly speed.
30. Alan's gonna attempt to fly like just back here and then dip down back in the water to breathe again. He just needs to get out of there.
Okay. Just leaving his buddy Jeb.
What the heck, Alan?
He did not think he was too. Alan was definitely too shocked by the fact that he was trapped and couldn't breathe to think about even grabbing Jeb, and he feels bad about that now that he's seen that he has done that. Dang, tough.
Sometimes it do be like
Thoughts
that.
and prayers.
Yeah.
Brings us to the top of the round. 60 seconds to talk tactics.
I am making my way towards land very fearfully.
Alan's gonna try to go back and grab Jeb and get him to land.
I don't know what I'm doing, man.
Do we
I'm
want to
just
go
gonna-
south or east, Fox, man?
I ain't just like Shale. I ain't leaving till I have confirmation that west and south are either dead or alive. And if they're alive, we're taking them with us. So
And if they're dead?
I don't know about you, Shale, but I don't think we can do much if they're dead.
Nothing I can do.
If they died within the last minute, I could help them.
I have a feeling if we find them dead, they will have been long dead. 30 seconds.
Can I see other prisons that are, or at least something that could resemble?
There are more mounds of treasure, yes. Every mound of treasure, when you've finally gotten to the bottom of it, has been covering a prison. It's like an egg carton almost. Like the whole island seems to be covered in them.
All right. Zoth, if you'll get my back, and I'm pretty sure Shale already has mine.
I am your
I'm gonna-
back. 10
Hell
seconds.
yeah. I'm gonna keep digging.
Well, many hands make for quicker work.
That sounds good to me.
Jeb, you've received a cure wounds from chat.
Yo, I told him Alan, and then never mind. That's funny though. That is good. That is funny.
Chat, they have a cooldown. I don't think they're out of stock. Maybe they'll go out of stock. Like chat, or Twitch will say they're out of stock, but I think that's just on a cooldown.
Nice.
If not, maybe we'll refill the reward stores. It's a finale after all.
Huh, who's the most hurt? Al? Jeb? Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Jeb
Okay,
looks like he's most likely to get hurt.
that brings us
Yeah.
to Jebediah Peppermint. 10 seconds to tell me what you're up to.
Well, I'm gonna use my movement, which is half speed because I'm swimming, so I'm gonna go 5, 10. And Jeb's feeling a little salty, so he's not gonna dash. He's gonna cast Magic Missile on this crazy Joker again. All 3 bolts at it. That's max
True.
damage. That's max damage. That's max damage.
Let's go!
That's 15 points of force damage against this
15 points
Joker.
of force damage just slam into the Aboleth, and you can see it like it kind of gets hit while it's underwater, and so you can see the ripple of water above it as it like recoils in shock, and the water above it is displaced, and the wave like kind of launches off of it and leaves a wake in the water. Chat
Do I
has
see any
granted
blood
a boon.
diffuse into the water?
Chat has granted a boon. As you do this, as you're taking aim with your blunderbuss and launching this magic missile, you feel a pair of hands just grab you around the waist and thrust you up and out of the water. You are understandably terrified until you look down and there is a merfolk with brass netted armor wrapped over her body, holding you up in the air with one hand. She has these wicked blades coming off of her wrists that are strapped around, and she is covered in blood and the corpses of quippers, which are almost like piranhas in the D&D world. There's like little bits of their teeth and stuff, like she has just swam through a whole swarm of them. As you look down, she's still using blades on her tail fin to like shred the school of fish in the water beneath you and holding you out of the water. At the same time, she whispers to you, "Jump." And then she flings you into the water, or into the air above the water. Go ahead and roll athletics to see how high you can jump out of her hands.
I know you made it slip there, but I just imagine like she's like
Jumps.
jump, and then just
Jumps
pegs you directly into the water.
Was that an 8? 8.
Yep.
You make it. You are able to jump basically your full height, so like 2 more feet out of the water. While you're in the air beneath you, she does this incredible corkscrew move where she spins like a full 360 while rotating 360 on the other plane. So like she twists in the X and the Y axis, and by the time that you land next to her in the water, there's like nothing but floating severed fins of this school of fish that were attacking you. She then takes the dash action and rushes you back to shore. And as she's putting you on the shore, she says, "Fox, is he here?" Fox, you hear Willow's voice echo to you from the shoreline. And that brings us to Fox's turn.
Where does that place me on the map?
Oh, that puts you right
On the map.
right here.
Nice.
Yeah. Not the best place, but it could be worse.
Hope we got our confirmation.
Oh.
I'm running. It's my turn, right?
Yeah, it's your turn.
Dope. I'm gonna use a tool that I have. Yeah, I'm just gonna run over to around the edge here with Shale on my back.
Okay.
Willow.
And sure enough, there in the water, I'm looking for it. Here's this shield. There in the water is Willow. She's older than you remember. She's covered in blood and gore from this school of piranhas she just destroyed. But it's unmistakably her. And she looks over and you lock eyes. And are you taking any other actions this turn?
I'm just stunned.
Okay. She looks over and you lock eyes, and then it becomes the Aboleth and Shale's turn, and Fox needs to make a wisdom save.
No! Oh, get out of here!
You can add a D4.
I'm not wasting my D4 on that.
It's once per turn. It's already been your turn.
Fine. Instead of what is it? Wisdom.
Yeah.
Right. So instead of a 5, I got a 7.
All right.
Helpful.
Fox, you're looking at Willow. You've registered that it's her. And then you see from the water behind her, the tentacles of the Aboleth rise up, wrap around her neck, and yank her back into the water away from you. None of the rest of you see this, by the way. Fox, so she gets yanked into the water away from you. And at the same time, the Aboleth's
We've saw
voice,
Willow though, like Willow's real.
Yeah, Willow is real.
Yeah.
You see, she's still there. She's looking at Fox.
Yeah.
But Fox, you see her get sucked into the water, and you hear in the back of just your head
you'll never see her again.
That brings us to the Aboleth's turn, or the rest of its turn, I should say, as the Sahuagin that are still alive, 1, 2, 3, 4, move into position between Fox and Willow, ignoring Jeb, by the way. They are standing right next to Jebediah, but they're ignoring him and taking up basically positions against Fox. Zothkug, I also need you to roll a wisdom save.
Alrighty. Let me see if this applies to myself too.
See if the good things apply to you.
Good things come to those who see if they apply.
Oh, nope.
true.
Because I chose Fox, Jeb, and Alan, so it's just them three, not me.
Okay.
So wisdom save. Yes.
I don't think that's how it works, Matt.
Ugh, I got an 11.
You got an 11. Okay, Zothkug, you see Fox, your traveling friend, your buddy who you've been with since you left home and struck out on your own.
Your day one.
Yeah, your ride or die, your day one. You see Fox take a spear through the shoulder and fall to the ground. None of the rest of you see this. Fox falls to the ground as Shale turns on him. And Shale begins just pulling his own spear back out of Fox, and he's getting ready to attack him with it again. And that ends the Aboleth's turn and makes it Zothkug's turn.
Oh dear. Zothkug will yell out, "Shale, what are you doing?"
And the rest of us don't see this, or we do?
No, it's not happening. It's only in his mind.
Okay.
Then he's going to run over to Fox hastily, and he's going to cast Cure Wounds.
Okay. Fox, you received a Cure Wounds. Shale, who is like kind of about to stab Fox, looks up at you and instead readies his spear to attack you. And that concludes your turn and brings us to Owlin.
Fox heals 12, by the way.
Okay, Fox, you've healed 12.
1% needed that for sure. No sarcasm in that.
Owlin, your turn.
Okay.
What you doing?
Since Alan's no longer raging, he no longer has the ragey voice, but because he is big, he has a deeper voice. Alan is gonna look to this new mer folk that just appeared and has kind of seen the locking eyes happen.
Yeah.
And Alan then can assume, okay, this is someone who maybe knows the way out and knows the situation
Yeah.
pretty well. Where's the way out?
She turns to you. Oh no. She slips back into the water and looks towards you.
Yeah, I guess, and Alan would have to duck his head up,
Yeah.
where's the way out? And
She
then,
slips down into the
back
water
under.
to communicate with
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Oh no. You've been diseased. We might be able to fix this. The best way out is gonna be through. We can't leave at this point without getting information. They're gonna lock down or move their operation. Their cover is blown. We have to know. We have to get the details out of here. I've got some of the research done, but not enough of it. To the east, there's another way out. There's a whole steel something facility that they've purchased, and they're using water cooling, so I've been able to get into very select parts of it, but most of it, I can't go there. I need someone like the four of you to get out there and figure out what they're doing. What we might be able to do is distract the Aboleths long enough for you to get out of here.
For me specifically, or all of us specifically?
For all of you. You are probably not going to fit in the aquatic channel. We're going to have to find a way to cure that disease. I think the only way to do it is to find some of the tools that previous legends brought to this chamber when they fought whatever mythic creatures lived here. Surely some of them must have brought a potion that will remove a disease or that will cure an ailment like this.
Okay.
Also, there are more of those Quipper packs in the water here, so keep an eye out for those.
I can't go on the shore to search for those.
Neither can I. We'll have to relay it to your friends.
Okay.
Tell whichever of them is most likely to find things.
And how can we be productive here in the water while they're doing that?
Well, we could try and clear a path to that eastern exit in case there's anything in the way, but I mean, they're fish. Like, they'll probably just swim away. I'm not really sure what our best bet is. Maybe just to keep you alive.
Okay. I'll relay that to them. So Alan will basically put his head out of the water. And I guess the person who would assume would be most likely to find something is probably Jeb. Jeb is very resourceful. He'll be, Jeb, find something that makes me not breathe water anymore.
He says as like water is bubbling out of his mouth while he's talking.
And we need to get out we need to get out the east exit. And then Alan will just go down and ready an attack action for if anything comes at him.
West is going to take up a defensive position just right next to you. With her, she's got those blades that are attached to her tail fin, and then also the two kind of cutting blades that are attached to her wrists that she's been using to fight the fish. Chat has granted a boon, just so that that's known. And that brings us to the top of the round. Do we want to just move into the next round's initiative order?
I know what I'm doing.
Does everyone know what
I'm
they're going to
doing.
do? All right. Yep. Jebediah, 10 seconds. What you up to?
Okay, so if I use my full action and movement to Scrooge McDuck my way and dig through the pile of gold, being the molefolk that I am, and the money-grubbing gambler man that I am, would I have the chance to find multiple magic items as he carves a path through the treasure hoard?
I will let you, so I will give you the option
The
of
answer
the
is
story.
yes.
I'll give you the option of the story, okay? Chat
Okay.
has granted you a boon. Your boon may be that you will be permitted to find multiple magic items. I will let you roll a d4 to determine how many of them there are with a minimum of 2. So it's not a d4 plus 1. You can't get 5, but you'll get at least 2, possibly 4. Or the boon is going to be that you find the item that will cure Jake's disease, that will cure Alan's gills. You may decide which boon you prefer for the sake of the story. It's on my chart. There's still a chance that if you find multiple magic items, one of them will be the disease curing item.
I am going to take 1d4 items
All right.
for 500 Alex.
He's a gambler to the core, chat.
Yep.
Also, you have advantage from Belly. I suppose if you want, you can use that advantage on your d4.
Let's go.
That's amazing. Let me get another d4. That's a 4.
Yeah.
Heyo, this
I
man,
rolled a 4 and a 3.
this man is so used to being a miser that like he just says,
Yeah.
this mole folk.
So
Okay,
he's like sniffing out not gold. He's like, wait, okay, no, that's not gold. Look at all this platinum. No, that's not. I want the stuff that doesn't smell like platinum and gold.
all right. Let's see what you find.
Excuse me. Sorry.
Oh, big money, big money.
Big money.
No
All right, the
whammies.
first thing you find is it's a dusty potion bottle. And as you look in at the potion inside the bottle, you notice that whenever dust or something falls onto the surface, the dust vanishes. It's like the potion has purified whatever is falling into it. This is a potion of remove disease.
Let's
Kid
go.
you not. First roll.
Item.
First roll. Potion of remove disease.
Ding ding,
Yeah.
jackpot!
Okay. The second thing that you find. Ooh. You find a small pot, exactly the kind that you would use for like lotions or oils, like a clay pot. It's cracked on one side, and there's only a small amount of the oil remaining. The lowest portion of the jar, where this oil still pools, has beads of condensation forming on the outside of the container that instantly evaporate before your eyes, but it's not quite right. It's like they fade away as one entity instead of evaporating piece by piece like normal. I'm not going to tell you what this one really is. You can choose to wear the lotion or not. Figure out your
Okay.
next.
Dude, mystery
Item.
lotion.
Mystery lotion.
That sounds safe.
The next thing you find is a rusty iron sphere, 3 inches in diameter and weighing 1 pound. You can use an action to speak a command word and throw the sphere at a huge or smaller creature you can see within 60 feet of you. As the sphere moves through the air, it opens into a tangle of metal bonds. This
Is it a
called
Pokeball?
It's the Iron Bands of Bilaro.
It's the thing from Doctor Strange where he throws it on the guy and it like chink.
Let's go. I thought it was a Pokeball.
It's a ranged attack with an attack bonus equal to your dex plus proficiency. On a hit, the target is restrained until you take a bonus action to speak the command word again to release it. Doing so, or missing with the attack, causes the bands to contract and become a sphere once more. Once the creature has been restrained, can use an action to try and use a strength check to break out of the bonds. If it does, they're destroyed forever. So you have the Iron Bands of Bilaro, and that's... What is that, item 2 or item 3? That's item 3.
That is
you got
item
one?
3. Uno más, por favor.
One more.
Whew. This is what it's like to win the lottery.
Yeah.
For real,
Jeb's
dude.
feeling pretty good right now.
He's like, it's like an unboxing video.
This
Greater
is not
potion
helpful.
of cure wounds.
Greater potion of cure wounds.
Yeah.
Nice.
This is not helpful towards Jeb's gambling addiction.
You're
Yeah.
right.
He's gonna be
Or I
chasing
guess
this
is-
high
is
for a
it
long
greater
time.
healing in this edition. I wrote that one down without actually like
It is
linking
greater.
back to something. Yeah.
Yep.
Greater healing
Anyway,
potion.
the one that does the healing good. You got one of those.
Does-
Is it the best healing or is it the good healing?
It's the best healing, right? Greater
Also,
healing.
Chad just casted a Bane, bro.
Oh, bro.
Superior would be the bestest.
Okay.
Greater is like the good one.
Got
the
it.
gooder one.
Our first Bane.
Well, it's just like, all right, we've been
That's
hitting
let's
the
see
good
what
shit.
these do. Okay.
Hit the jackpot, hit him with a bane.
Okay.
Let's see what these do.
Is that's the end of your turn because you spent your whole turn doing that. So now we come down to
Yep,
Fox.
and I'll let you move me on the map to wherever you think that I landed digging through.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna roll a d4 and figure out what direction you dug. Dug. All right. You dug right out to there. So that's
Okay.
where Jeb is now. Okay. Fox, you are still in the mental hellscape of having just watched Willow get yanked backwards by the tentacles of the Aboleth, pulled into the water away from you. You now see several shark fins swimming towards the place where she was pulled into the water. And at the same time, you see Zothkug running towards you from behind with his hands outstretched. And he's yelling something, and at first you can't quite make out the words, but then what you hear in as if he's saying it, but only you hear it this way. The party don't hear it this way. But what you hear is,
I always knew you would leave me for her. I'm going to kill you.
and he rushes towards you, this giant burly orc.
Can I roll whatever to realize that Zoth is a pacifist?
Technically not unless you take damage, but that's like you know him really well, like it's deep in the lore. I love it. Yes.
I mean, that makes no
roll wisdom
sense.
to wake up.
You're a wise beyond my years. I'm not gonna use my advantage. Can I save my advantage, or do I have to use it?
You can save it.
All right, I'm saving it because I got what I think is a decent roll of 17.
Heyo.
It's like fails.
No, you wake up. So as he's running towards you, instead what you hear
I'm going
to Fox, and then he begins healing you. And he uses cure wounds on you.
Guy, I'm fine. Willa! And I'm just gonna run off.
As you turn
And-
towards her, she's not there anymore. She's not on the surface. I just realized she's actually not there now.
But you don't see the shark fins, I assume.
Yeah, the shark fins are gone.
I'm. Shale, you better hold your breath, boy. I'm diving. I keep clicking on the stream. To
I'm
move my
diving
piece.
in. I'm going deep and over my head.
yeah,
I wanna
I'm-
be.
Ooh, throwback there, Jake.
Classic.
Throwback.
I'm diving in with Shale on my back.
All right, you dive in.
Or alternate 90s Christian music reference. I took a dive.
Oh,
All
man.
Good.
Wow.
Oh, on my way
I've just
down,
been transported.
I'm gonna chug that potion.
Oh, the potion of water breathing. Bro.
And I'm gonna give half of it. I'm gonna chug half of it and pass it to Shale, and hopefully he figures out what to do with that.
Instead of an hour, you get 30 minutes of water breathing, which is still more than I'm sure enough for this video that's going on right now.
Right.
So you dive into the water, and you can see Willow has taken up a defensive position by giant Owlin, who still has gills on the side of his neck, and she looks up at you. And again, your eyes lock in this like dramatic moment, but this time her eyes light up, but even though the rest of her stays very sharply in battle mode. But like you can see the recognition flicker on her face and whatever. And
whatever.
Very
concludes
confused.
your turn as we get
Very
to the Aboleth and the other various beasties. The Sahwagan are going to attempt to stop you. They're going to dive back into the water, both of them. And the first one's going to attack you. They rolled a 12 to hit. Does a 12 hit you?
Drum roll, please. No.
All right. So the first one attacks you and misses. The second one attacks you, and because you're already in combat, it has advantage. It swipes out with both of its claws, and it rolls a 16 to hit. Does that hit you?
Hit.
All right. It scratches down your side, and it deals 6 points of damage as it scratches down your sides, and now there are two of them just surrounding you.
That's only a
Shale is
quarter of
going
my
to
health.
use his reaction to try and like dagger them, because now you're in the water. He can't really shoot at them with any of them. So he just rips a crossbow bolt out of one of his hand crossbows, throws the bow away, and stabs it right into the face of the nearest Sahwagan. And he hits it
Respect.
and seems to do significant damage to it. And that is that your whole turn? Oh, what am I talking about? This is the Aboleth.
Yeah,
turn.
I haven't finished my turn. What are you talking about?
Yeah, he's still going, guys. He's still going. Meanwhile, the Aboleth, which Jeb, I guess you're the only one who knows this. The Aboleth,
Why would Jeb know?
because he's above ground.
Oh,
I think all the rest of you. Oh no, Zothkug's up there too. So
yeah, but
Zoth would
Zothkug
know.
is still mentally affected.
The Aboleth vanishes, dives into the water, and disappears. And that is going to conclude its turn.
I thought you were about to. And that will conclude our session of D&D. Like,
No, dude, we got a
Whoa.
ways to go yet. Buckle up. We got
I'm
a
here
ways
for
to
it.
go before this season's over. And that brings us to Zothkug. What you doing?
What do I see?
Oh, that's right. Zoth, you saw Shale stab Fox, and then a bunch of the Sahwagan came from the shore and ripped Fox back into the water. And as Shale helped them push him into the water, you see Shale morph into one of them.
Gasp. And
Yes.
so I just see a bunch of them in the water.
Yeah, now they're all in the water.
I guess I'll try and run after them and save my friend.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
I'll
man.
just, yeah. I guess where would I see them? Wherever I see
Where they
them.
are. You see them on the map. They're right at the edge of the
Oh,
lake.
Okay. Okay.
They're in the same location. You just don't see what's actually happening there.
Okay.
The actual two Sagwagon are actually like, giving me a nice meet and greet.
yeah.
Showing me around the neighborhood.
Yeah, introducing you to like your manager and like.
Are
when
you staying
become-
on the shore, or are you going into the water?
I'm going in the water.
Okay, you dive into the
After
water.
He's going deep.
And I'm gonna cast a spell.
On you.
Ooh, I think this is your last one, right?
On a spell on you.
Didn't you say you only had 2 leaves?
Thank you, Wash.
No.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Wash was the one commenting on how many spell slots he had left.
Oh,
not,
you're right.
Not Trevor.
I only have one first level spell slot though. I'm gonna cast command on at least one of the Sahwagans.
Which one? There are 3 that you can see. One of them is behind Fox. kind of like shanking him, and 2 of them are in front of him clawing
Just
at him.
kind of shanking him.
You know, like they do.
The DM just roll, I guess.
I mean,
I
the
don't
one
know,
closest to
fine.
you is probably the most logical if you're panicking.
Okay. Do the closest one.
Okay.
And I'm casting the spell command,
Okay.
and it'll be flee.
Flee. Okay. So, Fox, Shale helped you by sticking that crossbow bolt into one of the Zothkug, and then he like kicks free of the restraints and leaves.
It's a okay. You already did the wisdom saving throw.
I did. He rolled a 2, so it didn't matter what the DC was.
Okay.
So he,
Yeah, a DC of doesn't matter.
so he swims off away from you. And are you doing anything else, Zoth?
That's all I can do.
Okay. And that brings it to Owlin. Owlin, everybody's in the water now, so I guess there's actually the potential, except Jeb. So I don't know.
Alan is gonna swim up to him
Okay.
and just say out large. I like that. Someone has to go on. Someone has to go on the surface and. Wait, no. Did I already get? No, Wash
Nope.
has it,
Wash has it.
but he hasn't given it to me
Yet.
yet. Okay, Alan doesn't know any of this though.
Yeah.
Someone has to go on the surface and find something to make me not breathe water, and then we need to leave.
We gotta save Fox, man.
Fox is fine. Fox is right here.
Wait.
Seconded.
Wait. Jeb, you're on the surface.
I know, I was just being funny.
Okay.
60 seconds to talk tactics.
I'm still trying to save Fox.
Alan's trying to
Jeb
figure
pops
out
up
what
out of the
heck's
ground
going
holding a
on.
potion in his hand. I'm gonna use this on you.
I can't see. I'm underwater.
That's okay, I can see your movement over there, and I'm just saying it out loud.
Alan can't hear anything of what you're saying.
He's just saying it to the universe. It's fine.
Okay, that sounds good. Alan is kind of in a holding pattern. Like, he'll just attack any... Well, wait, are these Saguians underwater?
Yes.
Is Shane?
If Alan can somehow get between Willow and the Saguian, like, in that little spot, he can't fit visibly right now.
Don't
If he
you?
somehow-
Don't you have a 10-foot reach when you're large?
Is that true?
I don't know. Sure.
Okay, Alan will fight a Saguian.
Okay.
Anyway,
10 seconds. Anybody
that's
else
Alan's
need tactic
tactics.
Nope.
talk? All right, Jebediah Peppermint, what you doing?
Well, I've got some cool stuff. But I can't really give any of this stuff to Owlin until like those sour ding dongs
Zothkug.
are done.
The Gabagools.
So I'm gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20. And I'm going to do a chill touch. Not a chill touch, but my frosty thingy
Okay.
on the bottom one. He needs to make a con save. Gotta beat a 14.
It fails.
I wasn't expecting him to fail because it never happens. He takes 5. Whoa, 10 plus. Yeah, he takes 10 cold damage.
It's too much for his little zombie being, and he dies. He forms into ice crystals and then shatters.
Nice.
Do I see one
Like
die?
Sub-Zero from
Yeah,
Mortal Kombat.
one of them has died.
Okay.
But there are still others who are attacking Fox.
Yeah.
Jeb, is there anything else?
That's
in
my
your
turn.
Okay, that's your turn.
That's my action and my movement.
Fox.
All right. I'm gonna look Willow in the eyes. We're getting out of here.
We can't.
Right?
We can't go yet. They're gonna move the operation. We have to get whatever information we need now, and I can't get into their facility because it's dry.
Okay. If we can get into this facility and get whatever you're leaving with us, right? If we can get whatever this
yeah,
is.
sure. Yeah, I'll go. I'm not particularly fond of staying. It's not a
Good.
hotel. It ain't no resort.
we're chained? Chill?
Why is he running? Why did you command him to flee? She asks
What?
Zothkug.
Are you running?
Zoth, you commanded him to flee?
Yeah, Zoth walked up while he was trying to save you and cast a spell on him. I mean, his name is Zoth? This big orc walked up and cast a spell on him while he was trying to save you and made him flee.
Do I
Zoth! He's injured! I start shaking Zoth.
Oh, that's technically an attack. Zothkug, roll a wisdom save.
hear? That's better. 25.
Yep, you wake up.
You're alive! You're alive!
Of course I'm alive!
Meanwhile, right next to you, a Zothkug is waiting for its turn to attack.
It's like, are you guys done? I know I'm on my union break, but
He was like, "You're lucky that was lunch." And
I
now
picture
I'm
this as being
waiting.
like the Pirates of the Caribbean scene where they're like doing a marriage and their ship is also being attacked by hordes of the undead or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, anything else with your turn, Fox?
I will start swimming towards Shale.
Okay. You move at half your move speed.
Right. Oh, right. I clicked on the stream again to try to move.
That brings us to the Aboleth's and Shale's turn. Shale, who's been commanded to flee, is going to move at his swim speed away. And
Luckily, he's kind of going the right way to exit.
that's true. Maybe you can just herd him. Okay.
Like herding shales.
At that point in time, this massive swarm of fish comes racing around the side of the island straight for Shale. It's this huge swarm of quippers, which are basically the piranhas of the D&D world. I can't remember if I said that already or not.
You did, yes.
Okay. They're big old fish with big old teeth, and they go straight for Shale and begin to just frenzy around him. And roll a hit. Okay, and they actually don't hit. He's like so determined to flee that he weaves like through the masses of them and like comes out the other side because they rolled really bad. So Shale makes it to the other side, and now this thing is facing down Fox. And that brings us to Zothkug's turn.
Excuse me?
Shale's thing only lasts one round, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
maybe it does. Okay, then it wears off at the end of this.
No, let me see real quick.
Don't bother.
Okay. Yeah, it's one round of fleeing. That's it. Yeah, I'm thinking.
You were getting quieter and quieter, buddy. Can you turn your mic up a
Oh,
little bit?
sorry.
Thanks.
I was just too far away from it. I'm gonna go after Shale after my mistake. Try and
I'm
make it
gonna
Okay.
go after Shale.
I'm gonna go back onto shore since I'm quicker on land than
Sure.
I am swimming.
It costs 2 squares to get back on land just to pull yourself out of the water, but after that you move like normal.
So that's 10. So then I'll just
Ripper
go 20
on
feet
land.
Yep.
along the shore.
And are you doing anything, or are you just moving?
Could I investigate for treasure?
Yeah, sure.
Got to do something. I got a 16.
Okay. Let me see what you find, and then chat. I'll take care of what you. You don't find any treasure, but you do uncover another prison, and in it there is a glowing blue light that flits out, jumps into the room.
Sweet.
Yep,
Now it's my turn.
that's your turn. That brings us to Owlin's turn.
Let's go. Alan was gonna attack this Sarguinian,
Oh, the
Shangri-La.
Sahwagan.
the Sohwagan. He no longer is raging. He hasn't been raging for a while. So he's back to kind of normal.
He's just normal angry.
It's not like
All
he
attacks
Yeah.
the Sanhedrin.
Sanhedrin. 18 to hit.
18 to hit. 18 is enough.
Ooh.
12 damage.
12 damage. 12 of the fish get killed in Owlin's
No,
attack.
no, the Sahuagin.
Oh, that's right. 12 of the
Who's made up of
Sahuagins.
12?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Cut into 12
In
body
one
parts.
fell swoop.
Well, 12 damage actually kills it. So,
Let's
There
go.
you go.
Kill that Sahuagin.
way to do the thing.
That's pretty swaggin' right there.
Also, an aside, we were talking about 90s Christian music, and someone said Big Fish, and I looked up the lyrics to Big Fish by FFH,
Okay,
and that
well-
song
Oh, man.
is way lamer than I remember it being. Sorry, anyway, go
That's
ahead.
the end of that
Yep.
sidetrack. That brings us to 60 seconds for y'all to talk tactics.
Still a bop, though.
Probably gonna try and get Shale back and heal him and apologize.
I'm going to wave
Come back.
to Owlin, like just try to get his attention with potion bottles in hand.
Okay, if Alan sees that, which I'm sure he will, he's gonna poke his head out and try to take the potion. And
I'm gonna nope
That's
away
tough.
from the fish of the school of death in front of me. The school of fish death. The death of fish. Bye. I'm bye. I'm noping. Nope.
30 seconds.
All right. Alan's good with that.
Yep.
I'm good with that. Yeah.
All right, well, it
Yeah.
sounds like everyone's good. So, Jebediah,
Yeah.
what are we
Yep.
doing?
I'm walking up to the shore and I'm dropping the potion of disease control, disease prevention. I'm dropping the CDC potion on the ground.
He's dropping the,
The potion
vaccine.
for disease
PDC,
control.
the potion
Yep.
of disease control.
That's right. I'm dropping the PDC on the ground. And
Can
then
I-
I'm
okay.
going to use my action to, I'm just going to I'm going to twist it in the, in the gold so it doesn't roll away or anything like that. But then I'm going to use my action to pour the oil from that cracked pot and rub it all up and down on my arms.
Okay. As you rub the oil over your arms, the rest, I guess it's only Alan really who's there actually looking. Maybe Zoth sees this too. But as it comes into contact with your body, the parts of you that it touches begin to disappear. And you become less and less visible. But Jeb, as you put the oil on yourself, more and more of the world around you disappears. Until you are standing in a strange white mist rolling through the cavern in its entirety. You have entered the ethereal plane, and
Yeah, I have.
Whoa.
the thing that is most noteworthy to you is that having entered the ethereal plane, the will-o-wisp that just jumped out of the ground a little while ago now has a body. The will-o-wisp is taking the form of a young adult dirtfolk male with a massive slashing damage across his torso, and he's looking at you with this big smile on his face. He's going, I knew it'd be one of us who got him. You got to figure this out, pup. You got to figure this out.
Jeb just starts to cry a little bit.
There's more of us.
And
What we
he
can do is-
just lifts up the blunderbuss for a second and says, "I've been figuring it out."
That looks like one of Cole's. That one of his?
Yep, it is.
You keep on keeping on. I'm gonna see if I can dig some of the rest out. And you see that in the ethereal plane, this spirit has been digging through the rubble leading towards the other prisons and has been slowly uncovering other souls. All different races, heights, sizes, whatever, standing. You see a merfolk who is the same as the body that you found in the entry tunnel, the body of East. You see East Soul is here. And you also see a shaman, basically, like a wise man of the elven races. And he stands up and he looks at you and he says, I no longer have my papers, but they have confiscated all that it will take to destroy them. In their great storage room, in their pile of discarded powers that were not for them, you will find what you need. Look to the scepter and look to the lore. For all that you need is written in the words that they have so unwisely gathered, as if by hiding knowledge they could prevent it from having power over them. But they can be undone. And as he finishes saying that to you, you hear the roar of the Aboleth, and you see the Aboleth in the ethereal realm looking at you, and it screams in the back of your head,
Not proceed.
and then it rushes towards you. And the dirt folk who first spoke to you says, "Don't you worry about this one, pup." And he walks towards it, and as he does, the armies of the dead rise out of the gold with him and form a wall between the Aboleth and you, blocking its sight. Now get on out of here. Look to the east and see what you can find. And they just crowd around the Aboleth. And at that moment, the Quipper Swarm goes dormant, everything else in the lake falls silent, and you are out of combat initiative as you find yourselves in the middle of the lake. Owlin having just prevented his... This guy's no longer here. Having just prevented his disease gills by drinking the potion. You are now standing, and West is there with you, and everyone is here. Jed
Alan
is still
no
on the
longer
ethereal
large,
plane,
probably?
so he's not there, but he's there.
Is Alan probably no longer large? It's probably
Yeah.
been a minute.
Yeah, it's probably been a minute.
Excuse me, DM, I have a question.
Yeah,
What about the Quipper Swarm?
the Quipper Swarm
It goes
went dormant.
dormant.
Yeah, so like
Oh.
they just stopped swimming and are resting in place. Yes.
As Jeb feels himself fade back out of the ethereal plane, he looks at the Aboleth that's in there and just double birds.
Roll just straight charisma for badassery.
I was gonna say maybe performance.
The fade out.
Natural 20.
Yo!
Ah,
Heck yes.
Let's go.
Which is a 21 with his charisma bonus.
Natural 20.